What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, iconic, legendary, retired, former multi-division world champion Bernard the Executioner Hopkins weighs in on his fighter, undefeated, rising, Mexican, lightweight, contender, superstar boxer, King Ryan Garcia. He has an upcoming showdown with Olympic gold medalist, lightweight contender, British superstar boxer Luke Campbell this Saturday night. January 2nd, will take place in Texas, right? With that said, obviously they have their sights set on bigger fish, and that is in the form of two division world champion who simultaneously holds the WBA at lightweight at 130 and 135. That is undefeated superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis after they get past, and should they get past, Luke Campbell. But Bernard Hopkins has some interesting takes regarding the fight with Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. He says that if his promoter, legendary former retired, former 5-division world champion, former pound-for-pound king, the man known as Money, who is now the founder of Mayweather Promotions, Floyd Money Mayweather, he says that we are going to go to Baltimore after this fight with Luke Campbell. We are going to go searching for Gervonta Tank Davis. We are going to go and force Gervonta Tank Davis to sign this contract because we believe that King Ryan Garcia can expose Gervonta Tank Davis. And we believe that he could beat Gervonta Tank Davis. And also Bernard Hopkins stated that it's easy today to, get a guy, to lure a guy into a fight. He says because social media is bigger than it's ever been. All we have to do is step off the bus or pull up in Baltimore, and everybody's going to record us in Baltimore. It's going to get back to Gervonta Tank Davis, and guess what? He's going to respond, and that builds up the fight, and that's essentially going to force Floyd Mayweather's hand and Gervonta Tank Davis's hand into making this fight. Now, we know Ryan Garcia recently stated, that he is, after he beats Luke Campbell, he will be the A side. That is absolutely false because Luke Campbell is not a world champion. Luke Campbell has never been a world champion. Luke Campbell is Olympic gold medalist. He's fought in big fights. He's fought against Vasil Lomachenko. He's fought against Jorge Linares. But at the end of the day, Luke Campbell didn't win those fights. So you're not winning a world title. Yes, you have a huge social media following with 7.3 or 7.4 Instagram followers, 7.4 million Instagram followers. This Ryan Garcia has a huge Instagram following, social media following, should I say. But he's not a world champion. And he won't be a world champion after beating Luke Campbell either. That's just a step up in opponents and a level of opponents for King Ryan Garcia, but it's not going to make him a champion. Gervonta Tank Davis is, I believe, a 4-time world champion or a 3-time world champion, and he's done so in 2 different weight classes. Now, Ryan Garcia is 20-0, 17 by way of knockout. He's 22 years of age. He stands at 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. Okay. So this is a huge step up fight for him against Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell is 20-3, 16 by way of knockout, but Luke Campbell has lost. He's lost to Vasil Lomachenko, he's lost to Jorge Linares, and he's lost to Ivan Mendy. Okay, so Luke Campbell has 3 losses on his resume. He's 33 years of age. He stands at 5'9" with a 71-inch arm reach. So this is the first time Ryan Garcia is going to face a guy who could look him in the eye, meaning at height-wise, right? He's not going to have he's an inch taller, but he has a shorter reach than Luke Campbell, and Luke Campbell's a southpaw. Okay, so Ryan Garcia, he beats Luke Campbell. It's a huge step up in opponent and level of opponent, but it's not a championship fight. It's not a fight that's going to make him a world champion. It's not even for an interim. It's a WBC mandatory fight, right? It puts him in place to be the mandatory for undefeated WBC lightweight world champion superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney. Gervonta Tank Davis is 24-0, 23 by way of knockout. He's 26 years of age, stands at 5'5.5", 67-inch arm reach. Okay, but in his last fight, he dramatically knocked out 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer Leo Santa Cruz in dramatic fashion, headlining his pay-per-view card. And prior to that, he knocked out Yuriorkis Gamboa. So Gervonta Tank Davis is clearly the biggest star within the sport of boxing. It's no doubt that he is the A side when it comes to negotiations with King Ryan Garcia. So with that said, Bernard Hopkins is of the belief that All they have to do is go to Baltimore, and they're going to force Gervonta Tank Davis to take the fight. Well, I don't believe that they even have to go that far, because I believe that Gervonta Tank Davis wants this fight with Ryan Garcia. I believe that, Floyd Mayweather wants this fight for Gervonta Tank Davis against Ryan Garcia. Not to mention, obviously, Ryan Garcia is promoted by Bernard Hopkins, but also former Olympic gold medalist, former 5-division world champion, superstar, iconic, retired Hall of Fame boxer, Oscar the Golden Boy De La Hoya. And we know Oscar De La Hoya has a history with Floyd Mayweather. They're natural rivals, okay? Floyd Mayweather won the fight via split decision. A lot of people thought it was close. A lot of people wanted to see the rematch. This took place in 2007, May of 2007. Floyd Mayweather, that was the fight that introduced him to the crossover world, right? It introduced him to even bigger stardom than he already was. He was already a 4-division world champion. He was already a pay-per-view king. He was already a pound-for-pound star. But he wasn't that crossover star. He wasn't a household name for everybody. This completely made Floyd Mayweather a household name. Not to mention they introduced 24/7 in doing so as well. So this is going to be built up as Floyd Mayweather versus Oscar De La Hoya Part 2. Obviously, you're going to get a lot of talk from Floyd Mayweather. You're going to get a lot of talk from Oscar De La Hoya. They're going to talk about their fight, their build-up, right? There's a lot of similarities. I already talked about this in my last video between Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis and Floyd Mayweather. Neither guy on the level of those guys when they fought, but, their trajectory is headed in that direction. So, it's going to be built up as that Part 2. But the fact that they feel like they see so much of a chink in Gervonta Tank Davis's armor that they are willing to pull up to Baltimore and let Gervonta Tank Davis know that they are in his backyard and they are looking to make this fight happen, and that they don't want him to duck and run. Ryan Garcia stated that hopefully after he puts on a dazzling performance against Luke Campbell, it doesn't scare Gervonta Tank Davis away from accepting the fight. He says that hopefully it's a good fight where Gervonta Tank Davis still feel confident in himself that he could beat Ryan Garcia. I believe that this will be a tough fight for both guys because the height, the speed, the athletic ability, and the power of Ryan Garcia will give Gervonta Tank Davis problems because he's rangy. He stands at 5'10". Gervonta Tank Davis is 5'5", so he has a 5-inch height advantage. He has a 3-inch arm reach advantage, and he has very, very fast hands. I believe his hands are faster than Gervonta Tank Davis, right? And he has power in his hands. But Gervonta Tank Davis is a better athlete than Ryan Garcia. He's quicker on his feet, but he has, I believe, more power than Ryan Garcia. He's not as fast, but he does have very, very lightning fast hands. And he changes levels better than Ryan Garcia. So he's going to go to the body. He's more ferocious. He's more vicious than Ryan Garcia. And it makes for a great fight. So Gervonta Tank Davis is very confident. And if Ryan Garcia and Bernard Hopkins, Oscar De La Hoya show up in Baltimore, this will be absolutely enormous. Okay, the build-up for the fight, like I said, for Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya is going to sell itself, right? Because they're going to do a lot of talking, a lot of trash talking between Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather. Not to mention, Ryan Garcia is not short on words. Bernard Hopkins obviously is not short on words, and neither is Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta Tank Davis is maybe the one that's the most short on words out of everybody in the equation, but he's not that short on words. He's very confident in himself. I believe that Gervonta Tank Davis will win this fight. But this is a stern message to Gervonta Tank Davis, and he should feel slighted that they would go this far. This is how much confidence they have in Ryan Garcia. Remember, at one point in time, when Ryan Garcia has been calling out Gervonta Tank Davis for quite some time, but he called him out at one point in time, and Oscar De La Hoya said no, he didn't want to make that fight as of yet. He says because Gervonta Tank Davis is a beast and Ryan Garcia is not ready. Now all parties involved believe that Gervonta Tank Davis has shown signs of weakness or chinks in his armor. Leo Santa Cruz was having success with his jab and his boxing ability, his counterpunching. He was hitting Gervonta Tank Davis a lot, far more than Gervonta Tank Davis or Floyd Mayweather liked him to get hit. But yet and still he did. He landed a lot of big punches. he was outboxing Gervonta Tank Davis in spots and spurts, Leo Santa Cruz made a mistake. He just didn't have a lot of power. He never saw a punch he didn't like. He threw the same punch 3 straight times. The first one landed, second one grazed Gervonta Tank Davis, third one Gervonta Tank Davis slipped it, timed it, hit him with the uppercut, and that was all she wrote. The difference is Ryan Garcia has a lot of power. He's more rangy than Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz is 5'7" with a 69-inch arm reach. 69-inch arm reach. But you see, Ryan Garcia has a 70-inch arm reach, so it's slightly longer, and he's 5'10", right? So he's a bigger, stronger guy, and he has more speed and more power than Leo Santa Cruz. So I'm sure that they see the success Leo Santa Cruz had, and they feel like they could duplicate that and more, right? Bernard Hopkins believes that he wants Ryan Garcia to go right at Gervonta Tank Davis, go to Baltimore, force him into this fight, force his hand on some Clubber Lang Rocky 3 type of situation. So I can't wait to see how this all unfolds. First things first, Ryan Garcia has to look spectacular Saturday night and put on a show. And most importantly, he has to get the W. So let's see how this all plays out. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.